Hi, and welcome to the Mystic Mondays YouTube channel. I'm Grace, and we are doing a deck unboxing of the Biddy Tarot deck by Brigit Esselmont, the founder of Biddy Tarot. And I also had Brigit as a podcast guest on the Grace podcast, so make sure to check that episode out linked here. We talk about themes of the Hierophant card, building a profitable tarot community, being a leader in the spiritual space, and so much more. Make sure to check out that podcast episode. If you're interested in learning how to create your own deck, as a multi-deck creator, I've created a course membership for you to do exactly that. It outlines every step of the deck creation process, including how to get started. Find out more about the Mystic Mondays Create Your Deck Club at cydc.mysticmondays.com. Now let's get into the deck unboxing for the Biddy Tarot deck. Welcome to another deck unboxing on the Mystic Mondays channel. We'll be looking at the deck box, guidebook, card art, as well as conducting a deck interview. And at the end of the video, we'll be doing a card pull for the collective to see what messages this deck wants to give you at this time. I am a deep believer that decks have different personalities, so we'll be using a deck interview spread from my Mystic Mondays Tarot journal. If you want to use this deck interview spread for yourself, the link is in the description box to view the blog article on mysticmondays.com. Let me know what you think about this deck by leaving a comment below. Like this video if you'd like to have this deck in your collection, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more Mystic unboxings on your feed and in the inevitable future. Now let's get started. Hello, and welcome to the deck unboxing of the Biddy Tarot deck by Brigit Esselmont. If you haven't checked out the podcast episode I did with Brigit, who is the founder of Biddy Tarot, and if you've ever Googled an article about a tarot card, you've probably seen the Biddy Tarot blog. But definitely check out the podcast episode because we talk more about that, how she created Biddy Tarot, and themes of the Hierophant, which was what the episode was about. So inside the box, we have the High Priestess, which is also featured on the cover of the deck, which makes a lot of sense because we also mentioned that in our podcast episode about how she was stepping more into becoming this High Priestess-like figure in her business. And inside the deck, we have Tarot is the storybook of our life, the mirror to our soul, and the key to our inner wisdom. Nice. So, Nine of Wands. That just flipped right over, and I always feel like that's a sign. So, we've got the Biddy Tarot Guidebook, and, it feels like there's a lot of meanings in here for each card. So, pretty standard guidebook. And I'm going to go ahead and place this to the side so that we can look at all of the cards. So it looks like on the back of the box it says, experience the new generation of tarot and connect with the intuitive messages of the cards. So yeah, awesome. Biddy Tarot. And we've got a bonus card here, which is a star. It looks like here's a promo for a gift that is included in the deck. And now we've got all the cards. We've got this like geometric symbol with like a flower on the back, and if you pull this card upright or reversed, you won't know what the card is until you go ahead and do that. I actually really like the detailing of the purple metallic edges. I feel like that's a really nice touch and something I really enjoyed when I first opened the deck. And the cards are matte. And yes, the cards are matte on both sides. So now let's look at all of the artwork. And this is basically a pretty much direct replica of the Rider-Waite deck. And
I know before Brigit or Biddy Tarot had created their own deck, they were using a lot of the Rider-Waite descriptions and cards for their blog. So it would make sense to keep it similar or keep it fairly similar so that their blog content can still match what is on their cards. So you can see that here. You got like different figures, and I feel like probably a bit more simplified, but still has, like, the Wheel of Fortune has a ton of detail in the Rider-Waite, and I think this Biddy Tarot deck still maintains a lot of that detail. Except I think the difference is, yeah, just a bit more simplified, and also probably a bit more like vectorized as well. And also definitely follows a similar color pattern throughout. But there's nice use of this border, which also has the numerology on the card as well. But yeah, the cards follow a similar color scheme, which is nice. I believe I opened this deck before for Brigit's podcast interview, so some of the cards are out of order because I probably shuffled the cards. And we'll get to see how easy they are to shuffle once we look through all of the artwork. I would say it's a pretty good, like, thickness on the card. Yeah. So if you like the Rider-Waite and you would like an alternative to the Rider-Waite, I would say definitely check this deck out and, you know, see how you resonate with it. The good thing is, if you're fairly familiar with the Rider-Waite, you would also be familiar with this deck as well, because the artwork is I think they call it a clone deck when you replicate the Rider-Waite. At least that's what they call it in the industry. Because I was actually contacted to do like a clone deck version of one of these, except like the theme was mushrooms. And I will have to say, it's actually like, I tried drawing these mushrooms and I don't know what it was, but it was just so hard. Cause like there's so many different kinds of mushrooms, and anyway, I digress. We have finished looking through the art. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna finish my story of why I'm mentioning this. So basically they call it a clone deck when you are replicating the art from the Rider-Waite to like a newer version, or let's say a mushroom version or something. So we've got all the cards. They are fairly shuffled, like, but now I'm going to shuffle it some more. And I would say for shuffling wise, I don't know if my hands are small or what, but they do feel a little awkward to shuffle. I think it's just the sizing of the width, because I think normally other decks are a bit narrower, but it displayed the art nicely and you can still shuffle it. So, oh, right. So now before we do this, I usually do a collective reading, but first we're going to do a deck interview from the Mystic Mondays Tarot Journal, which is a journal I authored. So it actually has keywords in here, and you can document your tarot spreads and journaling and whatnot. It is your guide to unlocking the transformative power of tarot by Grace Duong, which is me. Hi. And today we're going to do a tarot deck interview with this spread that is inside the book, but is also on the Mystic Mondays blog, and we'll include that link inside the, I was going to say show notes, but also video description box, wherever you are viewing this video. So let's do the tarot deck interview. What is the energy of this deck? What is the energy of this deck? I'm going to go for this one. We've got 6 of Wands. Alrighty. And then we've got, how can this deck best support me? How can this deck best support me? Page of Swords. And what is this deck's strengths? What is this deck's strengths? 2 of Cups. Okay. What is this deck's weakness? Queen of Swords, which I will move up so you can see it. And in what realm will we best communicate? In what realm will we best communicate? 3 of Wands. How will our relationship develop? We got King of Pentacles. Ooh. And then what guidance can you offer me in this moment? Knight of Swords. Interesting. Okay. So what I'm getting from this, I'm feeling like a core message that I am getting is about reciprocal energy. But let's flip through the guidebook and see if there's anything within the guidebook that I can get some guidance around. So first I'm going to look up 6 of Wands. Upright. Public recognition, victory, progress, self-confidence. Confidence and self-assurance after achieving a significant goal. A public win or recognition gives you the strength to continue your endeavors. How can you have faith in yourself and what you have accomplished? Nice. Okay, so that's for what is the energy of this deck. So I suppose that could be like this deck would be a really good deck to use for validating oneself, validating one's accomplishments and achievements. And then Page of Swords, how can this deck best support me? So whenever I think of Page of Swords, I think about like social media and, you know, like chatting, like a chatting type of energy. So I feel like Page of Swords very much speaks to sharing one's ideas, you know, and since this is a deck interview, sharing one's ideas with this deck. So this could probably be a really good deck for like ideation or, you know, just like generating ideas and whatnot. 2 of Cups. I'm familiar with tarot, so I'm going to go ahead and I suppose if I get, you know, have any questions, I'll just flip through the guidebook. But 2 of Cups is in what is this deck's strengths? So there's definitely like a partnership energy. Like I said, I think what I'm getting from this deck is that it's very good to use this deck to bounce ideas off of if you kind of like need like a second opinion, which I suppose all decks can do. But this one feels to me a bit more career oriented for some reason. I think because the King of Pentacles is here as well. And then number 4 is what is this deck's weakness? So I suppose with Queen of Swords here, it can be about boundaries and, you know, getting a clear direction. I suppose using this deck would be a great idea to, you know, bounce off many ideas or like figure out a clear direction, you know, with the guidance of this High Priestess that is very present in this deck. Literally, High Priestess, High Priestess, High Priestess. So yeah, I think like Queen of Swords to me is about like the clarity, you know? And then Three of Wands for number 5, in what realm will we best communicate? Strategy. Yeah, Three of Wands. Yeah, so that's why I'm like getting a sense of this could be like good for if I have like career questions or something like that. Let's say how to grow on social media, for example, like with this Page of Swords here. And then growing into this King of Pentacles, which is like the mastery of the physical realm. So number 6, how will our relationship develop? So I suppose through using this deck, I think it really is about mastering one's skill set and increasing one's legacy and wealth and planting those seeds and spreading the word about all the things that I'm creating. And then number 7 is, what guidance can you offer me at this moment? So since 9 of Swords, I don't know, it just made me laugh. I think sometimes I do have the tendency to worry. So I suppose the guidance would be to probably channel that worry into something that could be a bit more tangible. Here it says, excessive worry and negative thoughts are leaving you stressed and anxious. Potential insomnia or nightmares as your constant negative thoughts prevent you from resting. Who could you reach out to for help in seeing things differently and finding a solution? Obviously, this deck. Yeah, I suppose like sometimes when you're creating things and you're in your own silo and you're like by yourself for the most part, you might just get like tunnel vision and maybe even focus on the wrong things. So I think this deck is very good for strategizing, getting that clarity and outside opinion. And mostly I'm feeling more so, actually there's a lot of swords here. Swords, Wands, Cups, Pentacles. So for me, yeah, and that's where I think the swords, like with getting clarity, is really important. And, using passion to fuel that desire to then create this legacy and wealth and whatnot with the King of Pentacles. I'm just curious what the King of Pentacles says in here. Okay, so we've got upright: wealth, business, leadership, security, discipline, abundance, confidence and mastery in attracting and managing wealth, the ultimate business owner and leader, providing guidance and wisdom in business and finance. How are you attracting and maintaining prosperity in your life? So that fits. So I suppose, everyone's gonna get a different energy from the decks that they use. And this is what is coming out for me. So definitely feel free to do your own deck interview and see what, different decks would be good for in your own life. And so, like I always say, it's like decks have different personalities. Like you have different friends that you go to certain things for. So for this, it feels resonant that I would go to the Biddy Tarot if I have like a business question or something like that. So I like to end these deck unboxing videos with a 1-card pull for the collective. And so what does the collective need to see right now? What does the collective need to see right now? I am feeling this one. We've got 4 of Wands. And I will reference the guidebook here to see what the Biddy Tarot has to say. So it looks like it is alphabetically ordered by suit in this guidebook. Upright, we've got celebration, harmony, marriage, home, community. And we've got joyful celebration with loved ones, feelings supported and secure in a home environment. Who can you surround yourself with to enjoy happiness and stability? Well, I think that's a great message for everybody. How can you celebrate yourself more? How can you feel more secure and grounded in your passions and desires? Who can you celebrate with? Where can you celebrate? You know, who would you want to celebrate with? Who is in your inner circle? Because it does feel like these wands are protecting, you know, the people within the grounds of this castle. And it looks like these two are having a grand old time. So, yeah, take time to celebrate yourself and with the people you love and hang out with your inner circle and have fun. Well, that was a great message to end on. And I just want to let you know, if you want to check out more deck unboxing videos, check out the other videos on this channel. And also, please subscribe, like, and comment so I know what you think about this deck. And stay tuned for more. Bye!